Hello everyone, my friend in China who plays this game sent me this SP Hein information, and it's great. It's really cool looking and I like how he plays. Very technical. I don't think he's OP, but he's definitely stronger. So let's take a look. Well, he's really cool. I like his costume outfit. Very cool. Okay, Langrisser has the translation up already, but however, some of the translation is wrong. So I'm going to go over here. So later I will jump back to Langrisser because they actually translated the skills correctly, but not the talent. So first here is, this is talent for the SP. So whenever you take an action, intelligence increases by 6%, can be stacked up to 4 stacks. So if you have the exclusive for Hein, that's 5 stacks, that's 30%. So before battle starts, he already has 2 stacks equipped. So which means before a PvE match or a PvP match, basically when you deploy him, he already has 2 stacks, so he's already plus 12%. Okay, so whenever you take an action, so it's same as this here, you will randomly get Thunder. So Thunder, this is new, okay? So Thunder is you will take damage less by 2%. So when you have, okay, I'll finish it. So minus 2%, and then you can also get fire. So you can get thunder and fire. So fire is increase your critical rate by 2%. Can be stacked up to 2. So each element, fire and thunder, can be stacked. Well, in this case, you should call it a store. You can store up to 4 of them, and I'll explain why later. And cannot be dispelled. So which means this one should be able to dispel just like the regular one, in my opinion. I'm not too sure because I can't test it out, but I think you can dispel the stacks. But then this stack here, you cannot dispel the thunder and the fire. And before the battle starts, you will have 2 of each. So 2 thunder and 2 flame already, well, fire already stacked in your character. Okay. So here is like a summary of the SP Hein here. So before SP Hein, he already has his talent stacked, so that's good. And then there's this 1 cost new skill, which I'll explain later, which will also help him stack even faster. So the 1 cost allows him to move again. It's kind of like, for example, take it as like chivalry, but then you don't get anything aside from moving again. I think you get something else. I'll go over it later. I don't remember. And then okay, so this is what it says. So now it doesn't disappear by turns, the stack, so it'll be permanent, the stacks, because right now by turns it will disappear his talent, but in SP Hein it will always be permanent. So which means after 5 turns, you will have permanent plus 30% intelligence. That's really, really good, okay? Perfect for passive players. Okay, and then 3C is now better with, well, I'll explain that later as well. So blah, blah, blah. You know what? Let's not read about that. It's not important. Okay, now let's take a look at his SP skills. Very interesting. So we have here Magic Mastery. I don't know if this is the actual name, but anyways, it's a passive. The passive is when you're using Ultimate Magister. This is his 3C damage deal plus 50%. His 3C is kind of weak. It's a 0.2 times damage, and this on top of that will deal fixed damage as well, equal to caster's 1 intelligence. It's really, really good. Okay. So the assist is active use. This unit gains magic barrier, minus 30% damage taken from the next magic attacks. So which means if you get hit, then you get this. If you get hit and you don't die, the next hit you take, next magic attack you take will minus 30% damage taken. Okay, last 3 turns after use may move 2 blocks and attack. So this is kind of like take it as chivalry but no buff. You can move again, but this will definitely help help increase the stack faster, like I said earlier. And the good thing is that when using this skill, buffs on this unit do not decrease in duration, so you'll always have your buff. So okay, now we're gonna look at Secret Magic Tomb. So this one is pretty good too. Cost 2. This is the one I want to talk about. This one gives you 3 skills. One skill gives you 3 skills, and this is where you use your thunder and fire that you accumulate. So let's take a look. Okay, Rain of Destruction here. Magic damage. Consume 4 stacks of fire. Like you can see here, this is the one that you get every turn. And when you have 4 of these, you can unleash this skill. Okay, so to attack multiple enemies for 0.38 AoE damage. That's really high. And effective against infantry after their next action. The targets take one-time caster's intelligence off fixed damage. So here, what it's missing is that when you use this skill or this skill, this Furry Thunder, you cannot receive thunder or flame buff. You cannot receive either of the one. So when you use it, you lose all 4 and you have to wait till next turn. Okay, so Furry Thunder here. Consume 4 stacks of thunder to attack a single enemy for 1.6 times damage. That's also very high. Before entering battle, soldier range +1, which means this skill should be 3 range. It makes no sense that the soldier can hit 3 range while the hero cannot. Okay, effectives against cavalry inflict defense -30% last 2 turns. So this translation is so far correct, but you cannot receive either of the buff, fire or thunder, this turn. Okay, Secret Teleportation. Active use. Consume 2 stacks of fire and thunder and teleport 1 ally to a selected square and grant them damage dealt +10%. Last 1 turn, cannot be used on NPC. This translation is also correct. This is really good because it's a weaker version of Iris. And again, this 2 cost skills here gives you 3 skills. So technical, really depends how you use them. And of course, a little bit of RNG because you might be getting 2 thunder instead of 2 fire, or you get 1 of each. So you'd be having like 3 of each here, and you're not accumulated enough to use either one of the skills. Okay, so yeah, very interesting. So right now I'm gonna explain a little bit more. I'm gonna dissect a little bit more about his 3C and why, like, you guys determine if this is good or not. Before I go into that, he is really good with Red Moon, of course. Red Moon increase HP and intelligence. Even Blue Moon, doesn't matter. So increasing intelligence also, it's good in general, but then I think Miracle Staff would be a little bit better because now he has 2 very strong, 3C, and this one here, 2 very strong AoE, while there's only 1 single target skill. I think Genius Staff is good, makes her 4 range, but I don't know if it's worth losing that 10% damage. Well, it might be worth it because now you have the 30% from the talent. But yeah, anyway, so very technical. Now let's go into the 3C. Okay guys, I did make a video of his 3C, but I never looked into this deep until the SP version. Okay, so this has a timer, like you can see, it lasts 5 turns. So after that, this one is gone. But then the new SP version, it lasts forever, permanent. Okay, so now I have 1 stack. So I'm gonna just show you guys the 3C. Well, I haven't logged this account since forever. Okay, so 1 stack, like you can see here. Okay, attack multiple enemy units within the span. So the span does not increase. Okay, the more stacks Hein has of his talent, the longer the skill's range and the greater it spans will be, up to 4 blocks in range. So after 1 stack, you literally did not get anything out of it. So this is easier to understand actually. Okay. Okay, so this is it with 1 stack. Okay, so this is 2 stacks. So which means when you use SP Hein before battle, when you enter the battle, this is already the range. So just like a regular AoE range, that's pretty good. right? So this is 2 stacks. Okay, so now this is with 3 stacks. So 3 stacks, I think is already really OP. So let's take a look when he has 4 and 5 stacks. Okay, now this is with 4 stacks. Crazy range. I think, I remember with 5 stacks, it'll hit this far. Expand 1 more. But this is 4 stacks. Crazy range. Let's look at 5 stacks. Okay, now we have 5 stacks. Range is the same. Okay, span is also the same. 5 stacks. Okay, so this is the max, which is really good still. Really good, really wide. And you don't really have any skills that's 4 range without a balance blade. I mean, not even with balance blade, I was gonna say. So 4 range, I think only he can do that. And then it'll give you this kind of span. Okay, now look at the effect. Okay, now we're gonna test the skill once again. Okay, this with 2 stacks, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so first I don't have Overlord. I don't have anything to prevent the mobility buff. Okay, mobility -2 cannot use guard skills. So does that mean you can't use guard skill at all? Can you dispel it? Well, let's do it step by step. So I have guard on right now. Takes physical damage for friendly units within 2 blocks. So this prevents him from guarding, which means I can attack lands. Okay. So now next thing we want to check would be, can we dispel this? But he's on a tile, right? So let's see what happens. Yes. So does that mean can, well, I'm pretty sure now you can guard, but I should bring a different character. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna create the same situation. However, if you whatchamacallit, if you dispel it, if you don't stand outside of the tile, you will get this debuff again. So this time I'm gonna get okay, let me dispel this first. Okay, here we go. So that one is dispel. Guard is still on, like you can see. So he should be guarding. Okay. So you can actually guard. So now next thing I want to test would be, can you gospel and prevent from getting hit, which I'm pretty sure you can, but let's test it all the way. You know what? Now I think of it, you don't even need to check gospel, because gospel is godlike. If mass resist works, gospel works 100%. Okay. Speed decrease, that's mobility. So your Sage Ward, all those helmet and stuff, all those hat will work. Alright, so let's see what happens. Alright. So you can see, mass resist does work. So in conclusion, is this really good? I think it's really good regardless, because now at least your mages, your support needs to at least equip gospel or mass resist. Well, or at least have that sage hat, whatever. Otherwise, because the tile right now is not, this is only 2 stacks, like you can see. It was 4 stacks, like you can see earlier. Longer range and bigger span, right? So more things to worry about. I don't think it's OP. I think it's very technical. And of course, they can be overridden by Lollybosel, Olandius, And there's more heroes that can do that, like Hilda, and I forgot. There's other heroes that can probably do that. Anyway, so yeah, so very technical. And then one last thing is that no, don't attack me. Ran out of time. What was I gonna say? Because all these other heroes also requires mass resist, otherwise they cannot support him, or they cannot come in. So it's kind of like having Olandia's that whatchamacallit, that carpet looking thing, that tile. So it's similar, because they're now, if they don't have mass resist, like I said earlier, without mass resist they all will not be able to move in, and it's -2 and cannot guard. Unfortunately, that will not work on Hilda, because Hilda has immune to speed decrease. And that is it, guys. What do you think about SP Hein? I'm very excited because I like to use different heroes. So when I see new heroes, I get excited. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a better understanding about SP Hein. And in the near future, I will make a video of all the SP heroes from now that has been released, and let you guys know what kind of material to gather to prepare your resource collecting. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time. Bye bye.